Stampers, this is Dawn, and today we're going to make this sweet cup dome holder. And the sweet treat cups are actually retired, but they're on the clearance rack. And I think they're under $4 for 10 of them. So we're going to make the Halloween one because we're focusing on Halloween treat holders for my Glitter Queens blog hop today. So if you want to check out everybody else's projects, the link is listed below in the description box. But we're going to make this little shaker dome right here. And then this is the one that I made for my Glitter Queens retreat. And inside of this one, I had a little scrubby that my mom had made. So they each got their own little scrubby. But these little treat cups can hold a lot of goodies like candy or even gifts. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so these are the sweet treat cups. They come plain, and like I said, they're on the clearance rack, and the last time I checked, it was just a few minutes ago, they are still currently in the clearance rack, but I just don't know for how much longer. So I'm sorry if you missed out, and I'm happy if you got them. So go ahead and check out the clearance rack link down below in the description box if you want to check out the cups. So you're just going to need one with the cup and the lid. And like I said, the cups come 10 to a pack. And then the domes I found on Amazon. Now these are actually ornaments. So you get two to make an ornament. So they kind of go together here. But you're only going to use one. So I also have the link to Amazon for these ornament domes. And what you're going to do is you're going to break off this little hook here that's going to make it into an ornament. So it just breaks off really easily. So you're just going to break that off so it sits onto your cup just like this. Okay, so you're going to need a hot glue gun. That's what I found that works the best for this project. And also on my blog, you'll also find the template for the sleeve to make for your designer paper wrap around your sweet cup. Okay, and I will say that I adjusted this template because I wanted it a little bit bigger and a little bit longer. So my best advice is to print off the template, which the link is listed below down on my blog, and make your template and then adjust it however wide you want it and then however long, and then you'll have your own template that you can make off the original template. Okay, so I went ahead and did that. And you can see here I wrote template. So this is the exact template size that I want for my wrap. So this is how the wrap's going to go on. Now remember, if you're using designer paper that's directional, you want to make sure that you're cutting it in the right direction. Okay, so you'll see that this wraps around your sweet treat cup, and with enough space to wrap around to use your tear and tape to seal it up. This template, it's a little bit short, so it shows a little bit of the sweet cup around the bottom edge. And you know, normally that's not a big deal, but I just wanted it to be covered with the whole piece of the designer paper. So I made mine a little bit wider and a smidge longer. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and first trace your template. So I have a piece of designer paper here. I'm going to show you exactly what I did. So now I want the back side facing out. So now on the template side, now this is the way the template is going to sit on my sweet treat cup. So I'm going to flip this designer paper over, and I'm going to also flip this over. Now I'm cutting on the back side because I want to trace the designer paper on the back side so I don't see any pencil lines or the pin lines. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace my template onto this piece of designer paper. So with the pin on the back side, it won't show on the front. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my scissors, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. So here is my wrap for my sweet cup. All right, now we're going to add some tear and tape on both of the edges here. So go ahead and do that. Now this is totally optional, but I found with making so many of them, I found that using a little bit of snail just to put on the body of the wrap to hold it in place while we wrap it around the sweet cup makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so now starting on the sweet treat cup, we're going to start where the seam is. So hopefully that's showing up on video. So I'm going to start wrapping right about where that seam is. So that's the back of my sweet treat cup. And then I'm just going to gently guide this around the cup. And I'm trying to tuck it underneath that rim of the sweet treat cup, just like that. Then once I get it to the end, I'm going to press that with the tear and tape. Now you'll notice that mine is a little bit extra longer on the edge right here, and that's a really quick fix. I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut from the bottom edge of my sweet cup, and I'm just going to follow that edge of the cup. So you see how the edge is all the way around the edge of the tip of the cup, and then the lid goes on like this. Okay, isn't that cute? Just like that. So then one other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add some glittered ribbon to the edge of my sweet treat cup, and I'm going to add tear and tape to that as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and run the tear and tape around the edge of the lid. I'm going to pick up the edge here with the backing, peel that off a little bit, and then have a little overlap of my tear and tape, just like that. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to peel off the backing, and then I'm going to grab my glittered black ribbon. So now on the lid as well, I'm going to find the seam. So this is going to be considered the front of my lid because I'm going to put a bow on the front of that. So I'm just going to follow this around the lid. Okay, then we're going to cut that off. I'm going to add a little glue dot here at the end, just to tack that little piece down. And then I'm also going to add 2 more glue dots on the top, so you can see right where the seam is, right there. I'm going to add 2 glue dots. I'm going to tie a bow with this ribbon, and I'm going to put it right on that seam part. Okay, so I got my 2 glue dots there. And I went ahead and already tied a bow, and I'm going to put that right on the glue dots. So now this is going to be the front of my lid, whereas the seam on my treat cup is going to be in the back. So this is going to be the front, just like that. Look how cute that is. All right, now we're going to make the dome insert part. So let's grab some pumpkin pie cardstock, and we're going to stamp. We're going to use the Versamark ink, and this is the stamp I'm using. Everything festive, and we're using the No Tricks, Just Treats. How appropriate is that? And we're also going to use the Embossing Buddy. I'm going to stamp this in the Versamark. And then I'm going to use the Shimmer Black Embossing Powder, just because it's sparkly, and I love it. Look how pretty that is. I don't know if this is picking up the sparkle on camera, but oh my gosh, it's so sparkly in person. All right, so now let's grab our heat tool. We're going to heat set this. Okay, so now let's grab our Big Shot. Okay, so now we're going to use the layering circle dies. I will measure this circle for you once I cut it out. Okay, so the finished size of this circle measures almost 2 3/4. I've already cut out the basic black scallop circle, so let me go ahead and move the Big Shot. Okay, so here's my scallop, and this scallop circle is 3 inches. So this fits in the dome really nicely, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and adhere these 2 pieces together. I'm just gonna use the snail. Okay, so now we're gonna take the lid off of this sweet treat cup, and I'm going to put this inside of the lid, but I want to make sure that it's facing the same way as the bow, because remember, this is the front of my lid. So wherever that bow is, I want this to be facing the right way. So we're going to go ahead and adhere this down onto the lid with the snail. Now your dome is going to be right on the outskirts of that scallop. Let me show you here. So you can see right here. Okay. All right, but first I'm going to add some sequins, and I'm also using some retired sequins. These are the metallic, but we also have a couple other current sequins if you want to use them. So I'm going to pour a bunch in the center part of my dome, keeping them in the center of the greeting. I'm going to grab my, take your pick tool, move these sequins to the center. So I don't want anything to hinder that glue, which is the hot glue, to the dome, to the lid. Okay, so we're going to take our dome, let me move this over here, and I'm going to grab my hot glue gun. And this is the silicone craft sheet. Anything that you use with adhesive, it will not stick to this craft sheet right here. So I'm going to use my hot glue gun, and it's been on for a little bit here, so I want to make sure that it's coming out really good. But before we add the glue, I'm going to take my embossing buddy and I'm going to swoop the inside of the dome so it prevents static, because you'll see on this one here, it's kind of got a little bit of a static in the dome, which I kind of like that look. But if you don't, this is the tip. Just use your embossing buddy to prevent the static. All right, so now be careful when you're using the hot glue gun. We're going to apply the glue around the edge of this dome. So let me go ahead and do that. Trust me, it's not very pretty, but we just want this to stick inside of the cup lid. So we're going to go ahead and set that down inside of the lid and hold that down just for a couple seconds. And now that the sequins are in there, oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so that should be good. The hot glue gun seals up really quickly. That's why I like using it. All right, so there you go. There's your dome shaker sweet treat cup. I love it. So there's that one, and then here's the other one that I made previous to the video. So if you have any questions, just let me know. Now remember, the sweet treat cups are on the clearance rack, so you have to act quickly. But they might sell out, so I just want to make sure that you try to get them if you want them, all right? So, and I have the link down below to my clearance rack for these sweet treat cups. All right, and then everything else, the template, and then the domes are all listed on my blog post, which I also have the link to that down below as well. All right, so let me know if you have any questions, and then also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any future videos. Okay, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you later. Bye.